Dr. Clement, tell us about air travel and the use and advantages of products like cell food.
Number one, nobody should ever get on a plane anymore unless you want to get sick. Again, it's that big sign over your head, make me sick if you don't do this, without something like cell food. Cell food, as you know, is a liquid form of oxygen that you put in your purse or your pocket that kills microbes. So you put cell food, it's a liquid oxygen. Very inexpensive, you can get it all over Europe, all over North America. And we have it here too. Buy it from us, we use the money well. And you put those drops inside of water or juices, and throughout your flight, every hour in your water or juice, you put a little bit of that and drink it. You can't drink the juices on the plane. That's someone suggesting. I shouldn't say juice because you can't even carry juice in it. That's number one. Number two, you have to have an EMF interrupter, electromagnetic field interrupter. The two sickest people that come to Hippocrates are pilots and flight attendants. Why? Every day of their life, when they're up in the air, they are being hit by gamma ray radiation. You get up that high, radioactivity comes in, and you're being zapped. That's why also long-term flight attendants, as beautiful as they are, age very, very rapidly. And all of those people show up here. Also, another study that was conducted and reported about 6 months ago is every time we fly through a time zone, we lose time in our life. So all of us who travel globally, and even forget globally, from here to California, we go through 3 time zones. You're actually losing part of our life. And they don't know that may be irreputable at this point. We know that happens. We know it ages. It also coordinates with the studies that were done on the cosmonauts who came back from space, and they showed that they were aging 20 years after 3 and 4 days in space. Their biological clock sped up 20 years in 3 or 4 days. So when you get up in that abnormal atmosphere with no protection on those planes, and that's it. Now the other witty thing they did is about 10 years ago, some idiot engineer said, we'll save 1 penny a mile, which adds up to millions of dollars a year for the flight industry, in recycling the air. And I'll never forget, I was on a plane going to Stockholm, Sweden, like weeks after I knew about this, and they said, oh, this is a new plane, and it's wonderful, and they said the number of the plane, and I knew that was it. And I walked off that plane, and it took me 4 days to get my head together after that plane. In the old days, 10 years ago and before, they used to blow oxygen through it. Now they recycle it. So now the guy sitting up there in first class, or the woman in the back next to the toilet, basically who's sneezing and coughing and having God knows what, is blowing through the vent system, and you're inhaling. That's why 10 to 15% of the people that leave a plane end up sick from that plane ride. Taking cell food is one. Electromagnetic field interrupters. The number one is if you're a risque man or a woman who likes jewelry, there's something called a bioshield. Number one, best, hands down. Bioshield, you wear, it's beautiful. Nobody will know you're trying to protect yourself, so you don't feel like an oddball. And it hits right here in the solar plexus. Right here in the solar plexus. That's the best one to have. I wouldn't look very well with that. So what I do is I put something called an R guard. And an R guard, men, for some reason, they don't think women carry anything in their shirt pocket or their blouse pocket. Men, they give us pockets. So a good place to put it is here, because then it's sitting right here near the what? The solar plexus.